live from my favorite place on this extended weekend for many of you. How's your weekend going? What are you doing? Have you done anything special for this Labor Day weekend? For me, I am, at my happy place with some of my favorite people. I am in the cut though. They're not even facing them because they have no desire to be on the YouTubes. But I did want to come in because I tried to go live, but the Wi-Fi, it's windy. I don't know. The Wi-Fi does not want me to be great and go live. So here's a quick pre-recorded wishing you well video. I decided not to do a what a week live this week because I want us to focus on joy, right? I want us to focus on joy whenever we can. And there was some, what a week news stories that popped off this past week, but we have plenty of time to discuss those, and everything can't be bad news, right? Everything can't be doom and gloom. So I'm going to share some good news that literally happened yesterday, probably overnight when I noticed it. But listen, y'all, I may not get to 50K on this channel because I'm focused on telling positive stories, and I know the ones that get their subscribers numbers up quick usually don't focus on the positivity. So anywho, but do me a favor, if you're not subscribe to the Gym Nation channel, go ahead and subscribe. We are trying to get the 50K subscribers strong before the end of the year as we are building out this community. We are building out the Gym Nation community, which is, this community for free on YouTube. We are also building out some elevated communities with a goal, a strategy that is well organized. And I've talked about those over the past week. Then there's also some other opportunities for you to get free resources as well as paid resources on how to stay ready. And all of this is done in the effort to empower our community, right? It's done for no other reason. For those of you who know me personally, know I am a private person, child. So this coming on live on a public platform was not in my bingo card, right? Or not on my bingo card, but it was definitely a calling. And so I'm answering the call. But let me get back to what has brought me joy today and why I'm going to focus on joy for today's session and tomorrow's session. When I tell you back in November, when I really shifted the focus of this channel because of, what went down in November, I had no idea where this would lead, especially the community part. And yesterday I got a WhatsApp message from someone in our community. Well, let me say this. I read the WhatsApp message yesterday. I'm not even sure when she posted or she sent it to me. But this community has birthed family. This community has birthed people that didn't know each other in November to now traveling the world together in community, in sisterhood, in friendship. I would love to hear some stories from some brothers that this has happened to, because I know I got some brothers in here in the Gym Nation, but finding, or let me just say, seeing the love, the kinship that is being birthed. And that's just one example, right? There's other examples that I can share, but specifically, this is on my heart today because, I don't know, it was like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm catching up on some messages. Y'all don't know, the amount of messages I get, personal, professional, can be overwhelming at times. And so sometimes I just mute everything, right? Unless it's business related. If it's business related, I tend to try to focus on those emails first. But My WhatsApp channel, most of those are non-business related, so sometimes that goes on mute for a week or two. But when I saw the message with these two sisters at dinner together in their second country together, the second country that they traveled to together, they didn't know each other before November. And if they wouldn't have joined one of the private communities that was created, they would not have formed a connection. And so the fact that they are literally in their second country, cheers and toasting each other, with the biggest smiles on their faces. Oh my gosh. I sent a message. I'm like, y'all are trying to make my eyeballs sweat. Like, literally, I started tearing up because it just confirms the divineness of this calling, man. I'm a vessel. I am a vessel, and I get energy from seeing people come together in that way, just from me creating the space and the opportunity for them to do so. I am so happy today. Like, my joy is immeasurable. My cuppeth runneth over. Whatever you can think of to say that I am super overwhelmed just by those posts. And then tag on the fact that prior to them getting in this community, like, traveling and scouting and moving abroad was not a priority in their lives, right? They're homeowners. Both of them have multiple homes. Like, it's not, they own multiple homes. These are people who are deeply planted in this country. But through just connection and community and alignment and divine nature, they are now forging a path together, together, in ways that they 6-7 months ago, hell, 4 or 5 months ago, didn't know that they were going to form. And so I can't do nothing but give God all the thanks and the praise for that, right? And I can't do nothing but keep going. I can't do nothing but keep going, because the visions that I have are so small compared to the visions and the manifestation that he or she, like, listen, whatever you decide to call your creator, I have no qualms about it. But that type of vision, I can't even comprehend. Let's just say that. So today's Beach and Banter is truly an appreciation post, which will probably get no views, right? This won't get pushed out because I'm not talking nothing crazy. But it is necessary, and it's hopefully motivation to whoever's listening that feels that they don't have people that get them in their lives, that they can't share visions and thoughts with because, friends and family may think they're crazy. Hell, I have friends and family that think I'm crazy, that I am literally directly in the sun at 4:27 p.m. and I'm dark complected. I have friends and family that would be like, girl, and they may be 4 or 5 shades lighter than me, thinking they're too dark. I have friends and family that's like, the beach? Why you want to go to sit in the sand? Like, listen, if you do not have people who get you, find you some people. Find you a community. Even if everyone in that community doesn't get you, there will be someone in that community that gets you. And that's my motivation enough to keep going. When people they they don't hang out with guys or they don't hang out with girls, and the toxicity of men, or, you know, crabs in a barrel and all of that. They just haven't moved enough. They just have not moved enough. They're in the water right now. I was just making sure they didn't come in the camera. I'm sorry. They have not moved around enough. Yeah, there'll be some, you know, duds that you'll come across, but there'll be some beautiful relationships that can be formed. And that's why this channel is also inclusive of men and women. It is not exclusive. I am a firm believer, as someone who pays attention to nature, right? Take humans away from it. But who pays attention to nature? We need the yin and the yang. We need the yin and the yang to peacefully, to not just coexist, but to be in community. Like, this is not either or. I have not been so traumatized. And listen, if you have been, this is not, again, I don't even want to focus on the negativity. I just want to focus on the fact that my community will always be inclusive of the yin and the yang. I am not going against nature. Nature has proven to me time and time again to be just way too strong. And so I really want us to take that anecdote, that story that I just gave of these two sisters who did not know each other in November of last year, probably not till December when we started the private flawless community did they meet. And with the private flawless community, that's the confidential space where we come together weekly and talk live. Like, we have real conversations about personal things, what's going on in the world. We do not, in the beginning, we would record them and I would repost them, but we no longer even record these meetups and these sessions. In that community, there have been relationships formed in certain states where someone felt alone and that they had nobody, and then other people came out and was like, here, take my number down. Please, I'm only 20 minutes away from you. If you ever need to give me a call. And these are real live people. And the reason why it's a closed community is because we don't need no cuckoo for Cocoa Puff people rolling up in there. We don't need people who are infiltrators. We don't need people who are not who they say they are or profess to be. And so we are going to continue the flawless community, listen, which is complimentary for those who sign up for the RAIN membership, the RAIN Society membership. So please, if you're already in the flawless community, there will be an email going out, I believe next week, because we're starting back up in September. We're on hiatus for most of the summer. We did a meetup just to catch up, but we're coming back weekly starting next month. And there will be an email that goes out for anyone who wants to join, right? Anyone who wants to join. Now, I will say, although you don't have to be off camera each session, you do have to come off camera and introduce yourself as a new member. We not playing those games, right? We not having no fraudsters, let's just say that. You signing in and you saying your name is Susan and your real name is Samuel, not Samantha. Yeah, we're not doing that. Or vice versa, right? We want to know who's in the community, and we're not saying men are not allowed. Men are more than welcome. Men who are willing to build, help us stay ready so we don't have to get ready, right? Those are the people that we're looking for. So that email will go out next week. But for those of you who have already signed up for the RAIN Society membership, please do not re-register. Please do not sign up. You will be automatically included in the flawless community through the rest of the year. So you don't have to worry about paying membership for that. So yeah, so again, I just wanted to come in and say, listen, I don't care what none of y'all say about nothing I post that is negative, right? There's too much positive happening. There's way too much positive happening. And I really want y'all to find a community. Rather, it's a community that is part of Kim with the Gems platform, or a community that's outside of the Kim with the Gems platform. And when I say find a community, I don't mean just join as a spectator. Engage. Engage. I know sometimes, listen, whew, sometimes, it's hard to release things, right? And nobody's saying that you need to release your deepest, darkest secrets. But come with the expectations, whatever community that is, come with the expectations that you being vocal and verbal will be rewarded. Come with that expectation. Come with the fact that a closed mouth does not get fed. Come with the openness that sometimes God puts you in places that you may not realize. So you may be listening to this video right now and this is speaking to you. What action are you going to take from that? What action are you going to take? Like, I do not want you just joining a community willy-nilly for no reason. I want you to join a community so that you can meet like-minded people and feel seen, feel heard. And then guess what? If that community no longer serves you or it goes against you, exit stage left. You're not taking blood oaths. No one is taking blood oaths as part of being part of any community. And if you are, that's a whole nother topic, right? But I highly encourage you to, find a community that will serve your needs. And I really encourage you, if you cannot become part of the RAIN Society membership, which is it's once you become a member, you're a member, right? And you don't, so when you break down, this is what I want to say, because I think people are missing the point as it relates to the RAIN membership society. There's a reason, a very valid reason, that it's priced the way it is. The community that you will get there are people, there will be educators, there will be councils of people, everything. It's going to run the gamut. So I'm not even going to go through the whole list right now, but you're going to have experts in the world of AI. If you have not watched my AI video that I put up yesterday, it's the video right before this. Go ahead, watch that video, check it out. We're going to have experts in the world of AI, or in the niche of artificial intelligence. We, as Black people, are the least likely to realize, let me just say realize, where this world is headed. I posted 4 years ago, a quote that I was trying to get us to embrace, and it was like, the past 20 years, software ate computers. In the next 10 years, AI will eat software. And so, for those of you who get it, it just is simply saying that this train is moving fast. It's not going back to the station. You could either, stay on the sidelines, stay on the tracks, and watch the train go by, or learn how to use it to your benefit ethically, but most importantly, to use it so that life isn't so hard for some of us that, think we need 24 more hours in a day. Life isn't so hard for some of us who think we can't afford to pay an assistant to do certain things that we need done. And so again, we're going to have experts, I call them council members. In that area, we're going to have council members in the area of wellness, rather it's physical, spiritual, and or mental, no, physical, spiritual, and or financial, excuse me. We're going to have experts across the gamut. And I want us to know that this is not a in and out thing, right? You're not going to come in for 1 month and get everything that you need to get. This is a commitment. Being part of the RAIN Society is a commitment. Yeah, sure, if after 10 to 12 months you decide, this is no longer for you, you will have had all of the resources. Maybe you've graduated, right? Maybe you no longer need community. Maybe you're building your own community. Whatever that is, this is not an in and out thing. So it's not a monthly membership. It is a commitment. And it is going to, I think, be even more powerful than any other society or community that has been birthed. And for many of you that have heard Hakeem, I can't say enough about his brilliance, his talent, his willingness to, be one of the leaders in this society with the level of expertise that he has. And as he mentioned, for the people who took advantage at the top of the year of his services, they're seeing some benefits. They're seeing rewards. And so, wow, we're already 22 minutes in this video. So I'm just going to repost this. I'm not going to edit it. I just want you guys to know that I'm thinking about you here on this extended weekend. And I want you to focus on joy. I want you to go someplace and ground. I want you to go someplace and pray. I want you to go someplace and ask God, ask the universe, ask the creator for whatever it is that you want. Rub your hand in some, when they say touch some grass, people are using that as like a dig or a slight. No, go touch some grass. Go touch some sand. Go be with nature. And so I want us to be blessed beyond our wildest dreams. And that post, or not the post, the photos that I received yesterday was a blessing beyond any of my wildest dreams that I could have thought about in November. Not financial, nothing financial with it. No financial rewards for me. But it was so much more powerful than, as they say, silver, gold, and or money, honey. And so to my Gym Nation, thank you for rocking. Thank you for keeping me along for the ride. Thank you for being engaged. Thank you for letting me know that what I'm doing has some value. Listen, everybody ain't going to get it, and I'm cool with that, right? I tell y'all that all the time. That's why I let people who come in the comments, as long as they're not disrespectful, whatever, if they have a debate, let them debate. I don't have a problem with that. It's the disrespect that I have a problem with. But everything ain't for everybody. And I get that. I've learned that many decades ago. Everything ain't for everybody. That's why they have McDonald's. That's why they have Burger King. That's why they have Chick-fil-A. That's why they have Arby's. That's why they have Wendy's. That's why they have Five Guys. And the list goes on and on and on. That's why, listen, if you walk down the aisle, the bread aisle in a supermarket, you will know quick, fast, in a hurry, everything ain't for everybody. Everybody don't like wheat bread. Everybody don't like white bread. Everybody don't like multigrain. Everybody don't like, listen. So I'm cool with that, but I do want us to grab whatever gyms you can from the Gym Nation. Sign up for the RAIN Society before the 5% discount goes away at the end of day tomorrow. Use the code FOUNDER, link in description. Join the Flawless community. Get in community, and you too maybe can find you in an additional set of friends, associates, people in community that are like-minded and want the same things, so that you feel validated. And again, there's other ways that you can be part of the community. Those are the two most powerful ways. But check out the Beacons channel that I have linked in the description as well. There's free resources, there's paid resources. I also, am highly committed to getting people to get residency in other places. And yeah, my calendar is open through, I want to say, the first half of September. I'll be where I am until the first half of September. Go ahead, book a session so we can get you residency in Mexico before things change, because we're coming up on the end of the year and we don't know what the new rules and regulations are going to be as it relates to residency in Mexico. So get on my calendar, y'all. Get on my calendar, book a session while the calendar is open. That is not my primary gig, so I have to manage that calendar with everything else I got going on, but I would love to help anyone who feels that they need help. And not only do you get the first session with me where we strategize, you get a second call with me before your appointment at the consulate to go over a checklist to make sure you have dotted every I and crossed every T, so that you are setting yourself up for success and getting approval. So anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. I really thank you for tuning in. I really thank you for the love. I even thank you for the, the people, and I'm gonna share some comments for people that just feel they, got to be contrarians on this channel, and I get chuckles out of it because, the people are gonna come to try to not get us to to stop us from getting to where we need to be. So thank you, everyone. I am going to get in the water for a minute. I am going to, like I said, just re-energize. These weeks do be weekend, right? What a week be weekend. But as long as you focus on the things that you can control, you will be okay. Anyway, thank you, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all the things. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.